John Catsimatidis is here with us now. John, you've bent over backwards to try to deal with this guy, to talk to him, talk some sense into them. But do you really think he's got an open mind? I mean, I continue to believe that what he said, his sort of Marxist rhetoric leading up to the election, is what he really believes.
Well, naturally, he's going to play the violin. You know, it's an old expression to his followers. But he is a smart guy. He went to Bronx Science High School. He's got a minimum 150 IQ, and I respect the smart guys. And smart guys, you know, I said to him, you're on the edge of disaster or you're on the edge of success. If you, I guess, annoy S&P or Moody's, guess what? We're going to lose. But New York City loses. New York State loses. We lose. And I don't want to lose New York City.
And by the way, it's not just the rich people, the super rich. As Jerry Willis was saying, it's the
middle class.
Don't benefit from this tax credit. It's the mom and pop businesses that
and the middle class, the people that make $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year, they are the ones. The people that make a lot of money, well, they have an option. They get up and leave, or they get up and spend 181 days someplace else. But you can't destroy the real estate industry, because in London, it's been destroyed already. It's been destroyed in London by the socialists, and if you do the same thing in New York City, that is a disaster.
Well, and talk about his $30 million plan to build one grocery store. It's going to take 3 years. It's already over budget. I mean, that affects advising him. That affects the small businesses, the small bodegas that surround this place, right?
I'm advising him to have more common sense. And look, communications. People say to me, why are you talking to him? Communications is more important than hate. I don't want to hate. I want communications. He's a smart kid. He's a smart person. He's a kid. He's 34 years old. Yeah. And he's still learning. And communications, and hopefully he'll understand that it's better to have New York City win. If New York City wins, he wins.
I want to slip one more in. Citadel CEO and billionaire Ken Griffin is going to be meeting with New York Governor Kathy Hochul later this week. They're going to discuss the city's future direction under Mamdani. How do you think that's going to go?
Well, the governor, it's up to the governor oversees the mayor. So you have checks and balances. You have the governor overseeing the mayor. You have Julie Menem, the city council president, overseeing the mayor. And you have the Washington, President Trump, through Jay Clayton, the U.S. attorney, that coordinates the other federal people in the city, and they oversee the mayor. So it's up to the mayor, who is a smart guy, like I said, to determine, is he going to fall off the edge of disaster, or is he going to fall off the edge of success?
It's up to you, Mayor Mamdani.
It's up to you, Mayor Mamdani.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.